guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to episode 39 of Raise the Holte, our bid, of course, for world domination with Aston Villa. And today we have Rio Ave in the Europa League, as well as Wolverhampton in the derby, because it is our derby, because West Brom and Birmingham are too rubbish for the Premier League. Now, since last episode where we demolished Valencia, you can see we have had 2 games and 2 good results. First off, we played Sheffield Wednesday. This was a really, really strong performance. You can see Borja with 2 goals, Nick Roberts with 1 as well. But look at those match ratings and those player ratings. They tell you all about the game. We absolutely smashed them. We played really, really well. Then there was an international break between that game and the Bournemouth game, and we had a number of players come back. They were tired after international breaks, so we had to rest players. You'll see it's not quite a first-choice team there. We got the result. Again, it was Borja, it was Marin, and it was Chambers with the goals. They got a goal in the 90th minute, which makes it look a little bit closer than it was. But you can see match ratings, player ratings. It was actually quite a tight game for us. But we got the job done. We did manage to get through, and that's the main thing. As long as we're getting 3 points, then we don't really care, do we? Let's have a look at what that's done to the league table. You can see we're sitting in 4th. Top 2 have bolted, haven't they? Manchester City and Liverpool. But Manchester United were equal on points with them, though our goal difference is considerably poorer than the teams around us. But between, say, 3rd and down to Everton in 9th, there's only 6 points. So that could switch around very, very quickly. And you'll see in the Europa League, we have got out of the group. We have stilled our progression. So it's just a matter now. Of course, we sort of hurt Valencia's goal difference. Plus, we have the head-to-head over them. 1 win will get the job done for us in terms of topping the group. And we can do that today versus Rio Ave. Let's have a look at the team we're sending out for that game. I should say there will be a Goals of the Month, too, after the Wolverhampton game today. So make sure you stick around for that. And we're going to give some of the young guys a game here because, as I said, we should be fine. Even if we don't get the win here, I'm sure we can beat Legia at home. So Gaz Mosley gets the starting goal. We're going to give him a taste of European football. Coetzee, Williams and Holgate is the back 3. Gumney down the right. Mobita down the left. Cochrane and Doyle Hayes in midfield. Abdul Rahman, he's going to go in behind Botheim and Labadovic. Now, unfortunately, Brian Carlos, he's picked up a little bit of a knock. So he's not able to start this one. I don't want to risk him, but he had scored in every game in Europe so far this season, so it's a little bit of a disappointment that run has to come to an end. Nick Roberts also picked up a little bit of a knock. Again, don't want to risk him. And Harry Thomas, again, picked up a little bit of a knock. We could maybe risk him, but I don't think it's worth it. So unfortunately, we'll leave you guys out for this one, but there's always Legia, isn't there? So we can see the way they're lining up, looking a little bit defensive there in midfield, but I'm sure we can find a way through there. What do we say to this? Keep our run going, I expect you to win. We are the favourites for the game. Yeah, maybe just calm. Come on, lads, keep our run going. We can do this. Yeah, not the best, not the worst, though. We've got a little bit of a reaction there. Alright, and here we go. Down in Portugal. No doubt it's a nice, sunny, warm evening, even though it's, what are we in now, November, I think. Yeah, I mean, this is just got to do a job here, don't we? Get the result, and then get back to Birmingham. It's a bit of a nothing game because, I mean, they're the whipping boys of the group, so we should win. But it's their last home game, you know, they're going to be determined, aren't they, not to go through the whole of Europe, their whole campaign without a win, or a point even. No, they got a point, didn't they? They got a draw at Legia, which means they're not a horrible team, because Legia were decent, weren't they? They gave us a game. I think we beat them 1-0. Get that away, please, boys. Ooh, just seen over by Gaz. That was fine. Completely under control. Now you'll see Coetzee's looking complacent. We're having some issues with Coetzee where he thinks he wants to play all the time, which is fair enough. He's a good player. But he's one of these players that's decided that when he does get a game, it's pinballs in there, that he's just going to look complacent and play like rubbish. So, yeah, we're having some issues with good old Rivaldo there. I'm starting to, and I think I said this last episode, get to the point where we might just be done with him. We signed him for $500,000, so we'll make a profit when we sell him, or if we sell him. And we have that Rodrigo kid we signed, the Brazilian, plus we have Harry Thomas coming through now as well. It's a good interception there from the lab. Coetzee. See, this is what he can do. It's a cracking ball for Abdul Rahman on the volley. Botheim! Oh, first time, mate. First time. It's still there for us, though. Cochrane out for Mobita. Gets the cross in. The lab can't quite get to that one. Yeah, so we'll see here. He's a good player, but he is worth, you know, 13 million now. So we'd make a nice little profit on him if we did just get rid. Let me know what you think in the comments. But he's just, yeah, he's annoying me a little bit. He's not really bringing others along. There was a couple, when sometimes you get like the players will come to you and be like, why aren't you playing him? He deserves more time. I said that, well, if he plays, somebody else doesn't have to play. And that pretty much got everybody on my side. But, oh, what a cracking own goal that is. Oh, it's one of the best. One of the best. Goalkeeper apparently has cement shoes on, and that is an absolute gift. An absolute gift. Do we put the Benny Hill music over this? Look, I mean, it's not... I mean, you should never put a back pass towards your own goal. I mean, the goalkeeper's not even looking. He's looking at the girl in the crowd or something, and now he gets his hands up like, oh, I should have just been paying attention to the game. Yeah, so there we go. We'll demand more after that. But that is an absolute gift. We haven't had any of the ball here. We're actually playing quite poorly. Can we win this one? Though, that said, we haven't had much of the ball, but all the highlights have been us attacking their goals, haven't they? So we're sort of having the more dangerous of the ball. We're using it better. It's probably what I'm trying to say there. Here's Gumney. He's starting to look a little bit like he could be a player for us, which is good. Because, he has the attributes for it. It just took a little bit longer to settle in, perhaps, than we would have liked. That's a cracking ball out from Mobita. Can he get a ball in? Botheim! Oh, Botheim's having one of his games. It's a free kick. He was offside. Yeah, apparently Botheim's forgotten how to play football again. Let's give it a show some passion, perhaps. It's one of these now where even though we're not doing that well, we're kind of... The highlights would suggest we're dominating the game, but the match stats would say that we're not actually dominating the game. We're just... Oh, what a goal that is! Eric Botheim, that's how you play football. He remembers. What a goal! What a good ball in from Gumney too, wasn't it? You can see there. He is starting to look like a player for us. Abdul Rahman, that's actually a cracking ball out by him too, isn't it? Nicely brought down by Gumney, and what a ball in that is. And Botheim, that's not an easy finish, is it? On the half volley between two defenders. Really, really good goal. Happy with that one. Happy with that. That's good stuff. All right, that makes it look a little bit more comfortable now, doesn't it? 2-0. Can we get a third before the break? Corner comes in. Oh, Holte! That's his first for the club, I think. I don't think he has... Oh, has he scored one before? He may have scored one before. But there we go. That is 3-0 before the break. Cochrane, good ball in. Holgate rises like a salmon and just... Well, it wasn't even a powered home header. It was just deflected in, wasn't it? Look at that. They're nervous. They're anxious. And they should be. We are just getting warmed up here, aren't they? That own goal, that was absolute laughs, though, wasn't it? Lots of lols on that one. Okay, so we'll just... I think just we're very happy, boys. We're happy. Get back out there. Is there anybody not playing well? Not particularly. You know what we might do, actually? Cochrane's been playing a little bit lately. The game's as good as done, so we'll bring Lee Hendry on for him. Give him a game in Europe as well. And, yeah, it's a good opportunity to just get the players along. Get them developing. Because we're going to need, we're not yet, anyway, a big enough club where we're able to afford to go out and buy players to win the Champions League, which is the ultimate goal here, isn't it? We want to dominate Europe and beyond, obviously. So we are going to have to sort of bring our own players through. Ooh, that's a good free kick. Might just give it a little, show some passion maybe. Or do we say maybe demand more? Let's go with demand more. It's a good free kick, and I think it's their first shot on target, isn't it? So it's no need to panic. But we don't want them making a game of this, do we? The Lab's not having his best game. We have Hepburn Murphy on the bench. He hasn't played much this year, but I mean, has a player had a worse deal? He was our top goal scorer first year in the Premier League, and he's hardly played since. Let's give it a... What do we say here? Just maybe a demand more. I don't want to praise them again, because we sort of conceded a goal after I praised them last time. You can see Coetzee still playing well. Just... Yeah, bit of a flat track bully at the moment. Alright, let's see what Gaz can do from the goal kick. Up for Rashawn Williams. Goes wide for Mobita. This is good. This is good. This is good. It's a horrible pass there, Mobita. That's horrible. Alright, let's not get back to 3-2. Alright, that's a fine. We've won that nicely. It's a bit of an aimless ball forward. There's a good ball for Botheim to chase. Can he find Hepburn Murphy in the middle? Hepburn Murphy! Oh, what a goal! Hepburn Murphy! What a header. Good movement too, wasn't it, to get to it. And that is a really, really good goal. And that wraps up the points now. At 4-1, they're not coming back from that. So decent ball forward from Doyle Hayes as well. Bothheim whips in a beautiful cross. Look at that movement and that finish from Hepburn Murphy. That is absolute class. We need to use him more, don't we? We have too many strikers. I love a striker. I don't think I've ever seen a striker in the transfer market I didn't like. Not the first ball in there from Abdul Rahman. So that is the problem. We have was it Dominic C or something, a young French kid who's quite good as well. Plus, obviously, we have Borja, we have Carlos, we have just a number of players. There's a cracking ball again. Hepburn Murphy at the double. No, yes, no. Almost. Botheim's look quite good. There's another one we've signed, Botheim. I'm trying to think now. We have so many strikers. We have a couple of really good ones coming through the academy too, in the under-19s right now. Yeah, we've already sold off Keenan Davis as well, who could have done a job for us. So yeah, too many strikers. I have to stop signing strikers. This should be it. Can we get a 5th cherry on top? It doesn't look like we can. But that's all right. That's top of the group 2, boys. So well done on that one. Let's just further enhance our goal difference. So it doesn't really matter now if it goes on goal difference or head-to-head. I'll be honest, I don't know which one it goes off of. But we've got them both covered. Unless Valencia went and won 10-0, of course. So we secure victory at Estadio dos Argos. Another $500,000 in the bank. Bothheim on form. I mean, that just doesn't seem right, does it? But he is coming good. I haven't looked at the finances for a while. How are they looking here? 32 million. So you can see we're roughly even. A little bit over our wage budget right now, but we can fix that up with the transfer budget. That's fine. We have 40-odd million there to spend if we want it. Why do we have so much money? I didn't sign anybody this window, did I? Anyway, guys, wait right there. We will be back for Wolverhampton. Okay, welcome back. It's time for the derby. We're at home to Wolverhampton, and you can see it's also a Manchester derby today. So if we can win this, there's a chance for us to push up above Manchester United, or really close the gap on Manchester City. The difference between 2nd and 3rd or 4th is not really, there's nothing, is it? Because there's no that you get for the Champions League. But it's all about just getting points here. We just want to accumulate points, see how high we can get up the table. So this is the team that we're sending out. Now remember, James Bree is suspended for this one, so he's unavailable. So it's Livakovic in goal. It's Target, AR, Chambers and Gumney as the back 4. Tonali, McGinn and Grealish in midfield. Markovic down the right, Marin down the left, with Borja up top. So looks like we're matching up formations, man for man, essentially. So it should the best team win, and I think we have the better team man for man. So what do we say to this? We're at home. Just go out there, relax. Yeah, or give the fans a performance. Maybe just, that's what the favourites here, give the fans a performance. It's the derby after all, so it's what the fans want, isn't it? And here we go, Villa fans, at full song, as you would expect. And yeah, well, I mean, it's just a case of being the better team, isn't it? I do think we've really noticed a difference but having Borja up top this year, just someone to score the goals that can just reliably put the ball in the back of the net when we create a chance. Though, funnily enough, we've seen Bothheim doing that in Europe this year as well. So maybe that was just the sort of kick he needed. That's not the best. So to get himself back in gear as well. But I think just playing regularly for Bothheim is helping. Here's Grealish from the corner. Goes in. It's Chambers. It looks like it's headed away. Markovic is there. Can we get another ball in here? Don't have many men in the box. Marin for McGinn. One more here for Tonali. Have a shot, mate. Have a shot. No, too long on the ball. Yeah, not quite sure what that pass was, but that's fine. Markovic still has it. There's a decent cross in. It's cleared away again. Can we get to the second ball? Grealish is there. Grealish has got 5 England caps now, so we're paying him 115 grand a week, which is more than I would ideally like, but he's playing really well for us, so I don't have a problem doing it. Just makes it a little bit harder to get rid of if we change our mind, but like I say, he's playing really well. We've definitely found a role for him, so that's good. Because I had felt in the past, Grealish was a very difficult player in Football Manager because there was no real position for him, but I feel like now I found one for him. Because I think I used to always play him as a winger, and he didn't really do much. There's a decent ball in. It's got to be Markovic! Oh, Lazar! Second goal of the year. He's just coming back from injury, as is sort of always the case between him and Abdul Rahman. One of them's coming back from injury, if not both. But that was just good, wasn't it? We moved the ball around. Target with a cross in. Oh, it was a decent ball. Was that a foul on Borja anyway? But Markovic just cleaning up at the back post. Nicely tapped in. So there we go. That's what we like to see. Let's demand more of that, please. And the highlight begins. Borja's not the strongest in the air, but we've got that back. Gumni gets another ball in. Maran! No! To the wingers are on the score sheet now. It's 2-0. And we are putting Wolves to the sword. It's his 5th goal of the year for Maran. He is a goal-scoring machine. An absolute machine. Let's have another look at this. Yeah, didn't win the header, but McGinn was there. And Gumni again, just looking like a Villa player all of a sudden, isn't he? Good ball in. And Maran, that's a good header. It's a really, really good header, isn't it? Cracking stuff. All right. What a way to start our Sunday mornings. I should just mention too, I try not to sort of bang on about my other saves during this one because you may not be that interested in it. Is that 3-0's offside? But if you're not watching the World Tour, tomorrow's episode, it's the final game of the year, and we were 1,000 to 1 at the start of the year, and if we win, we'll be in the Champions League for the next season. So, if you want, it's been a really good year, and I just want to mention it, but I'm not going to bang on about it because I try not to do that. But it's there, it's an option if you're looking for something to do tomorrow. It usually comes out 5 o'clock. Usually the World Tour is before the England saves. Decent cross in. That's over the bar, was it, or was that? No, it was over the bar. Decent chance for Maran there. I mean, we're absolutely dominating the game. They haven't had a shot on target yet. Grealish knocks it in, and it's easy for the keeper, that one. So, do we make any changes here? We actually just want to try and get to half-time, don't we? If this highlight's going to continue, I'd like to win this ball back, please. I don't like long highlights. Well done, Callum Chambers. We need to start having a think about the January transfer window as well. We do have that 44 million to spend. I remember now because we kind of just did a clear out this summer, didn't we? Markovic goes on a run. Markovic, just that last touch was horrible. This has been a long old highlight, which usually means it's going to end in a goal. Borja's there. Borja! What was I saying about the highlight ending in a goal? Now, I'm not sure if that was a turn from Borja or it just kind of found its way through. But 11 goals this year for Borja. He's, as I said, just... Finally, we have a goal scorer that is scoring consistently. Isn't Maran, because, I mean, let's have a look at what happened. I think it just found its way through, didn't it? I don't think Borja got a touch, but he certainly put the chance away when it came to him, didn't he? That was really, really good. Let's give a demand more here. He's onside, I think, isn't he? Yeah, I don't think there's VAR in any case. So, we don't really have to worry about it. But look at this, we're playing really, really well. So anyone on the bench we want to give game time to? Maybe the Lab, or maybe Almeida. And maybe Godfrey as well. But we'll worry about that in the second half here. Oh, AI hasn't covered himself in glory there. Livakovic saves us. That would have been a bad one, right in the stroke of half-time, just to give them a way back into the game. Now we need to defend the corner, obviously. Livakovic comes and claims it expertly, and that is that. Every time I move my hands, I'm sure you can't see, but there's this cat hair just floating around everywhere. Alright, that is a good, solid half of football. Actually not as dominant as the highlights suggested, but yeah, we've done quite well there. Everybody's playing decently, so we'll just get straight back out there. So yeah, transfers. I'm relatively happy with the team, to be honest, right now. I think it's going to be one of these now where if like a 5-star player comes up or a wonder kid, then we might try and sign them. But I don't think there's actually too much wrong with the team. We could definitely upgrade in midfield, I think. As much as I love like McGinn and Doyle Hayes and those guys, they're not world-class players. It's a decent ball in. Vermaelen, Wolverhampton just blocking everything. So we could probably upgrade there. I think Tonali's potentially a 5-star player, so I don't think we can upgrade too much on him. Cochrane's another one. He's good, but he's sort of a Premier League player, not sort of the next level, not a 4 or 5-star player. So I think maybe if we're looking anywhere, it should be in midfield. Maybe a little bit more patience on the ball there would be nice. We might just need to give this a demand more here in a second, because that you could see that coming, couldn't you? Sometimes it's the problem with praising them at halftime, is that things can go a little bit rocky at the start of the second half. It's a decent ball in. We're just not... It's like Gumni just not staying on his man there. Alright, so we've demanded more. That seems to have refocused them, so that's good. It's a shame we couldn't keep the clean sheet, but we just need to make sure we get the win, don't we? Gumney's looking tired. He has played a lot lately. We could put Callum Chambers over there, but... Alright, I'm getting a little bit nervous now. It's another long ball over the top. Livakovic comes, doesn't get there, and we've been saved by the post. Alright, let's see what we can do here to change this. If they're just going to go a little bit longer, let's just drop that line a little bit. If they've decided that they can't go through us, so they're just going to try and knock it over us, then we'll just try and counter that a little bit. Now, Gumney's on a booking as well, which isn't ideal. Yeah. I'd still prefer him over there to Callum Chambers, though we do have options to bring other players into the centre. We could have Godfrey we could bring in as well to play at centre-back. This is good pressure on the ball. Can we get to that first? No, we can't. Yeah, this is making me a little bit nervous. What can we do to stop this? Oof. Let's show some passion. Gumney is tied. Can we get to that first? We can. Alright. A counter-attacking goal would be nice. Borja, he's walked straight through them. Borja, what a goal this would be! Borja! Enemy of football, Patricio. That would have been goal of the season. What are you doing stopping that? You just let that go in and make a token effort so you're on highlight reels. That is just rude. Alright, so we're gonna make this change here. Where's Callum Chambers? There he is. And we might just... Should we just go to... Maybe we'll just go to defensive fullbacks. I don't think we need... don't need to be pushing forward anymore. Yeah. That's fine. I'm wondering if we should change something in midfield, bring a more... You can see midfield isn't actually playing the best. But we don't really have anybody to bring on. Cochrane we could, but he's not... Unless we bring him on for Grealish, perhaps. We can go and get a fourth, it's problem solved, but we can't. Godfrey picks it up. Godfrey's a player I'd like to use more, actually. We don't use enough of him. He's back up in every position almost. So he seems to be on the bench, you may have noticed most games. Livakovic, yeah, it's a long way to come, mate, just to pass it off to your defender. That's better, that's a good ball. Over the top, can Borja get to that one? Doesn't look like he can. What are we in here? 86th minute. We can't quite get to that one either. Retreating off of Redmond. We've kind of let him go a long way there. That's not great. That's not great. Alright, we need to start and slow this down now. This is getting a little bit too close for comfort. Well, do we counter press? Yeah, they're passing. Yeah, we need to. We need to keep doing that. Let's get stuck in though. And let's just close down these lines. Try and make it a little bit more difficult for them. Yeah, this has got a lot closer than I would have liked. It should not have got to this. It's a good run from Redmond, though, isn't it? Credit where it's due, but... Yeah. Nobody... We needed someone to stay with your striker there, one of the centre-backs. Let's give it a... Oh, another highlight. There's still a long way to go here, really, isn't there? Only in the 88th minute. Probably looking at least 3 in stoppage time. Grealish... We just need that fourth goal just so I can relax a little bit. There's a good ball from Markovic. Can he pick out someone in the box? He can. Can he? He can! Borja! 12th goal of the year. And that is more like it. Let's give them a... We'll praise them for that. That's what we like to see. Good ball in from Markovic. A cracking ball out from Grealish too, wasn't it? That is a pass and a half. And I didn't think Borja was going to get there, but somehow he did. Good leap. Good leap. To beat the defenders there. Well done. Alright, that should be game now. 4-2. They kept it interesting, that's all. They were just teasing them, thinking they had a way back into the game, and then we came in with a killer blow. That's how you win a derby, boys. 4-2. Well done. Borja, 2 goals. Man of the match performance from him. And there we go. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. It wasn't as comfortable, perhaps it looked like it was going to be at half-time. We actually lost the second half, which isn't ideal, is it? So there we go, we take our chances, and we're doing that this year because we have a good striker up top. So that was really, really good. Lopetegui is upset, as you would imagine. Borja, an absolute beast in front of goal. It's good. Let me know what you think. But I just think he's just making such a difference. Just that striker up there that is putting away the chances. His attributes are actually in decline for some reason. I'm not sure why that is, but let's not worry about that. He's scoring goals right now, and that is all that we really care about. We have a quick look at what that's done to the league table. Manchester United still to play, of course, against Manchester City. But that just gives us that little gap now over Spurs to in 5th place, which is what we like to see. We have topped the group too. That's sort of official now. So that's all something to look forward to. There's just goals of the month to come. But if you have enjoyed that, guys, please do hit thumbs up. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you know when I upload new videos. We will be back on Tuesday for, I think, the festive fixtures, because that's a nothing game in Europe now, because we've already qualified. I'll give you all the kids a game. So we can look back at that on Tuesday as well. But Spurs and Newcastle, they're our festive fixtures this year. Let me know. Have a think about where you think we need to upgrade in the January transfer window, if we can get anybody in. Because that will be sort of after next episode. But until Tuesday, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. And here are some of our best goals from November. Take care.